Hey guys, Queen Kuli, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been with me for a while, welcome back. I am an activator. I am here to help you find out what your gifts are, bring you into alignment, and then help you live your soul purpose, why you're here on planet Earth, what you're supposed to be doing to your very highest level. That's what I do. I love what I do. I am Master Life Path 11, and thank you for being here. I am also a clear channel, so I work with God, I work with the archangels, the totem animals, ancestors, and I can speak to people who are here past and animals who are here past because I'm also an animal communicator. So I do a lot of different things, and I don't say that to boast. I say that to encourage you because many of you do many different things. And people write to me all the time and say, well, I'm, only supposed to do one thing in life. And I'm like, who said that? Because, yeah, that's what we're told. Focus on one thing. But actually, I really don't believe that. I think that you are here to do a few different things because throughout your life, you're going to have different ideations, right? So you're going to be, you're not the same person you are at 20, at 30, at 40. And even you're not the same person that you were yesterday, right? So different experiences shape us, and some are fun and some are more difficult. We have lots of lessons on our path. And, really it's about you stepping into all that you are. So that's what I'm here to help you with. If you do a few different things, I say bring all those things together and then make something really cool happen with it, right? Because you're unique, you're individual, you're a divine sentient being. I say that all the time. And I mean that because you are. And no matter where you are on your spiritual walk, you are here, you are probably awakened or you're becoming awake and you're realizing there's a lot more to our walk here than just the surface level stuff. So I am here to help you with that. There are lots of different ways to work with me privately through the Brave Academy. And I'm also starting a membership group, which I think is going to be great because it gives you the chance to kind of learn on your own, but you will get me as well if that's what you need. So welcome. Kind of a long intro, but welcome. Okay. So today, I was thinking about, there's a few different videos I think I'm going to try to make today if I can. Um, the first one is something that is near and dear to my heart. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, for the last year and a half, I've gone through a very tough training with a protector, which is the opposite of a healer. A protector is, I've only met one in my whole life, and a protector is just what they do. They protect people like us who are healers, who are sensitive, who are empathic, who are here to help others. And this person is the opposite of that. This person is very tough, but really helped me to be unshakable. And for so many of you out there, especially if you're empathic or sensitive or a healer or whatever, a lot of us, we all work alone usually, which I would like to change. And we basically, a lot of us are just very weak. No matter how strong you feel, no matter how great a shape you're in, it's got nothing to do with that. What I'm talking about is spiritually strong. How strong are you spiritually? And when I say that, I'm talking about, I call them the dark ones, right? We work with the light, we work with spirit, we work with God, we work with the archangels, the totem animals, all that. The opposite of that is what I call the dark ones. And those are the ones that are always in your ear telling you, you can't do that. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You don't have what it takes. You'll never amount to anything, all that. That's the dark. And they'll try and actually take you down and hurt you. It's not a joke. It's real, whether you believe it or not. Good and bad are always clashing and always trying to win the battle. And spiritual world is different than our world in the 3D, right? So one of the things I learned on how to be unshakable was I identify patterns and loops for myself. And that's what I also do for my clients. So no matter how old you are, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, there are certain loops that you have, which are your behavior, right? And these loops are what stop you from moving forward. They stop you from being your best self. And they're usually stem from one initial huge or a series of shorter but very impactful events that you have had. Okay. And these are events that stopped you and changed you and started you to question yourself. Why am I doing this? Can I really do this? Because I thought I could, but maybe now you start to waver, you start to bobble because of something that someone said at a crucial time that really hurt you and was very impactful to you that you never forgot, or if you did forget it, it's in your subconscious. But it's something that causes you to have a loop where you can start down the road of being successful and then bam, you get off the road. And now you're down a rabbit hole, as I call it, because for so many of us, especially the master numbers 11, 22s, 33s, we're overthinking. We can't shut our brains off much of the time. It's really frustrating until you learn how to work with it and command it to stop doing what you're doing. So this can look like, and I'm going to get particular here, it can look like you and I working together. I get you into a spiritual vibe. You can do it. You're doing great. Yes, you're saying to me, yes, Julie, I'm a divine sentient being. Yes, I can do this. I'm really excited. I'm on my way. And I get you in this really great loop where, you're a good one. We're doing great. You're going to move forward. And all of a sudden, you'll say something to me like, how do I make it happen? And I'll go, what? How do I make it happen? How do I control this? What do I have to do to make this happen? What do I have to do to move this forward? How do I move this forward? So you've gone from a very free flowing inflow state, which is where I really like my people to be, because that's where I'm happy with myself. I love life. I love myself. I love everything around me. I'm creating. I believe anything can happen. I'm here for a reason. I'm a divine sentient being, right? That's a flow state. And that's where everything happens. You're in the present. You're grateful. Your vibe is high. When you say something like, how do I make it happen? What do I have to do to make this happen? That thing that you fixed, is that still fixed? Okay. This is doubt, uncertainty, frustration, and it's a state of doing versus being. The flow state over here is being, okay, versus this state. How do I make this happen? How do I figure this out? How do I control this? Anytime you say how, it's a state of I don't know. It's fearful. And what it does is it feels like cold water coming onto me like really harshly. So if I'm all relaxed and happy and then you throw water on me, that's what it feels like. And what it does is it actually stops, right? The way I see it visually is you're all happy over here. This cold water comes and then spiritually everything stops and goes out the window because spiritually and in the higher dimensions, that's not how things work. Things work in a flow state, relaxed, happy. There's no strife. There's no frustration. Nothing, none of that. They're way past that. Here on planet Earth, do. How do I do this? How do I control it? How do I make it happen? Or is this thing still happening? That thing that you fixed, is it still fixed? That's fear, disbelief, and everything that's not really good because you are not believing that the universe is supporting you. You are not believing that God or spirit or whoever you pray to or your divine self or your higher self is for you. You do not believe that you are capable. So you're trying to control everything. And I lived in that for a long, long time. That was probably, unfortunately, what my mentor had to go through. That was my protector because I would do that. And it's very, very frustrating. And it's frustrating because when you're doing that, you're not seeing it that way. You're seeing it because you've always operated this way, right? And from where I'm sitting, what I've been through, it was I had to do that because nobody was paying attention to me. So to get what I need, I have to control it. If I can't control it, I may not get it. And I need to get it. Let's say it's money, whatever it is. So what do I have to do to get the job? What do I have to do to make sure my voice is heard so I get that? What do I have to do to get the raise? What do I have to do to um, anything, really, right? But that's not how it works in the spiritual world. And our world actually is geared to be that way. It's supposed to be the way it is spiritually. The more of a flow state that you're in, the happier you are, and the more that you'll understand that state. I don't have fears. I don't have the judgments because I know that I know that I know that I've already manifested it. It's already done. I don't have to question it. It's happening. I may not see it right in front of me right now, but I know it's coming to me. I know it is. It's just a matter of time. And I'm going to do things that feel good towards that. I'm open and I am, as I say, I am receiving. I'm open and I'm receiving who you want to send me as clients that are the best fit for me, right? I'm open to receiving X amount of dollars every single month because I know that that's where my threshold is. That's where I'm supposed to be. And I'm that and anything more, right? There's a big difference between sitting in flow, meaning I know that I know that I know that I'm taken care of. I've manifested it. I've already done the work. It's coming to me. I may not see it, but it's really about faith. The other one is fear. How do I make this happen? Fear. How do I control this? Fear. How do I make this happen? Fear. Versus I'm open to receiving and I know it's going to show up for me. It may not show up the way I think it will. It could be totally different, but that's okay. So there's a big difference here in your thought process and where this is coming from. And the how do I make it happen is very aggressive. It does not feel good for the other person that you're saying this to, right? Especially if I, as a healer, have gone in and fixed something for you and told you it's done, right? This is fixed. And then you say, is that thing fixed? It's like, yes, I told you it was fixed. Now, the more that you ask these questions, the more energy you give it. And as you know, the more energy you give it, the more strength it's going to have. And then it is going to reopen again. So it's not going to go in the direction that you want it to. You have to have a certain amount of faith and trust in yourself, in the universe, in God, in spirit, in your higher self, all of that, to understand that you can make great things happen, but you don't make them happen. They come to you when you're ready. So it's really important that you know the difference between the two. And sometimes these, how do I make this happen comes out and the person doesn't even realize until after they've said it how damaging it really is. Right. So, I had listened to someone say, when you're on this pathway, it's a manufactured manifestation versus and you're going to bear the weight of that on you versus walking a pathway of a surrendered manifestation, a surrendered state. Because when you surrender and you say, I'm ready, use me how you'll use me, send me where you want to send me, I'll go wherever you want me to go, I'll do whatever you want me to do, because that's the faith. I may feel not ready, but I know that you're ready. And I know that spirit is saying, I will help you. I will guide you. You're not alone. It's choosing the faith over and over again. That's going to get the rewards because right? So how do we figure this out? Well, it takes more faith. It takes more trust. And that is something that you have to ask yourself. That's something no one can do for you is where did this go wrong in your life? If you're asking these type of questions, you need to sit down with yourself and say, what happened where I felt as though I lost control and I had a bad experience, or I felt that I I can't ever trust again. I can't trust the universe. I can't trust God. I can't trust spirit. I can't trust the archangels. I can't trust anybody. And I don't trust the universe. I don't trust anybody or anything. I'm on my own. I've got to create everything. And it's very much like a push pull. It's very difficult and it's hard to make things happen versus when you're allowing things happen organically and easily, and then things start coming to you. Because why? You're in that vibration. So everything is energy, right? You're constantly sending out to the world your energetic signature. It's either high or low. It's either fear, frustration, I don't trust, I don't believe, or it's I trust, I believe, I know it's coming to me. And by the way, it has to be heartfelt. It can't be, I'm just saying that. Well, I know that, but do you feel it? You may know that you're taken care of. You may think you're taken care of, but what do you feel? Because you can say it, but if you don't feel it at an energetic level, then you're still throwing out there, yeah, no, I don't believe that. No, I don't believe anybody's taking care of me. I'm on my own. I need to make everything happen. I have no trust. I don't trust anybody or anything. I have to do this all myself and make it happen. And that's hard because you're not allowing the universe to bring you how things can be. There's a million different ways the universe can bring you things that you desire. It's very abundant. There's more than enough for you versus the thought process of there's not enough, there's never enough to go around and all that. So it is really important that you look within yourself and ask yourself those questions, right? How do I understand where this happened in my life and I want to correct it? And then we can work together and I can help correct it. But it is about faith and the faith that you have for yourself to move forward, the belief that you have that you are taken care of. You are here for a special reason. So I hope this helped you guys. I wanted to put this out there. It's really for every number. This is something that a lot of people struggle with. I know I struggled with it. I've gotten a lot better with it because when you choose faith, a lot of this goes away. But you still have to be aware of it because it does raise its ugly head. And once you've been doing it for a while, it's very easy to slip back into. You really have to kind of think before you say things and think to yourself, am I trying to control this? Or am I going to allow it and then understand and believe that everything that's happening is really for me, and my best interests? The world's not against you. The world is really for you, but you have to see it that way. But that's your choice, right? All right. I will put the links down below. If you want to work with me, you can email me. I would love to help you any way that I can, individually with the Brave Academy or the membership. So let me know what works for you, and I'll talk to you guys soon.